Today we are going to know about a story. The name of the story is Deep Water by William O. Douglas. William O. Douglas recalls about the horrifying incident that happened to him when he was just 12 or 10 years old. He decided to learn swimming at YMCA pool as it was safe. It was only 2 to 3 feet deep at the shallow end, while the depth increased up to 9 feet in the other end. But his mother continuously warned him about the various incident of drowning in the Yakima River, which was very treacherous. Also, the author had a fearful experience when he was 2 to 3 years old. He went to California beach with his father at that very young age, and he was swept away by the wave. He was drowned in the water and was breathless, but his father only laughed at it. One day the author went to the YMCA pool to learn swimming. He used to swim with many other boys, but that day no one was there. He waited for others to come and sat beside the pool. By that time, a bull came and threw him in the middle of the river. He went inside the pool in the sitting position and was drowned. The narrator was very much frightened, but he was not frightened out of the mind. He made a plan to save himself. When his feet would hit the ground, he would make a jump like a spring so that he comes to the surface, lie on it, and paddle to the edge of the pool. However, the 9 feet seemed to be 90 feet to poor Douglas. He was totally out of breath when his feet touched the ground. Still, with all his strength, he jumped with a might. He came up then slower than he thought. He opened his eyes and saw nothing but water. He started to panic. Douglas was suffocating and tried to yell, but no sound came out. Then he came to the surface and started beating the surface of water. He tried to breathe and swallowed a lot of water. A great force was taking him to the round of the pool. He had lost all his breath. His lungs ached and his head was troubled. He remembered his strategy. He opened his eyes and once again tried to jump out of the pool, but everything went in vain. A sheer stark terror terrorized him that knew no bounds, a terror that only one can experience, one can feel if he or she had experienced that kind of terror. He was shrieking under the water, his heart throbbed, and his brain was pounding. Douglas told himself that he had to remember to jump when he reached the bottom. He again jumped with all his might, but every effort of Douglas was going in vain. A stark terror took him more tightly in its clutches. Douglas describes how the fear paralyzed him. His arms and legs stopped moving. He trembled with fright. He sucked air and got water. Then he started going down for the third time. He tried to call his mother, but everything went in vain and no sound came out of his mouth. Douglas felt that he was wrapped in the mother's arms. Then he fell unconscious. The next thing he remembers, he was lying on his on his stomach beside the pool, vomiting. Douglas couldn't eat that night. He was weak and trembling. He shook and cried on his bed. He never went back to the pool. He feared water and avoided it whenever he could. Whenever he went near water, the terror that had seized him would return to haunt him. The fear had paralyzed him. The handicap stayed with him as years rolled by. It ruined his fishing trips, his canoeing and swimming. He tried his best to overcome the fear, but it didn't let it go. Finally, Douglas decided to get a swimming instructor and learn swimming. The instructor put a belt around the Douglas and tied it with the pulley. The instructor held on to the other end of the rope and the rope went through the pulley. Each time the instructor relaxed his rope, Douglas would go into the water. His fear would return that froze his legs. It took him 2 to 3 months to get over the fear. Then the instructor taught him to breathe while swimming. Next, he taught him to move his legs. Piece by piece, the instructor made a swimmer out of Douglas. After the training was finished, Douglas wondered if he would be terror stricken when he would be alone in the pool. He tried, and tiny vestiges of the old terror returned, but now he was not afraid. Douglas was not still satisfied, so he went to the lake Wentworth to swim in New Hampshire. When Douglas was in the middle of the lake, his childhood fear returned, but now the Douglas was more strong. The old sensation came back to haunt him, but he overcome the fear and swam to the other shore and back. He was thrilled with joy and he had conquered his fear. The experience had a deep meaning for him. This explains that death was fear peaceful, but it was the fear of death that cripples a person. Here he quotes President Roosevelt saying, "All we have to overcome the fear is the fear itself." Because he had experienced death and the fear it could produce, he was will to live somehow grew his intensity. Thank you.